Testing. Good evening. This is a regular Planning and Zoning Commission meeting, October 14, 2025. I call this meeting to order. Roll call, Roman, please.
Commission Member George Amaya,
Present.
Commission Member Javier Barraza,
Present.
Commission Member Hugo Garcia,
Present.
Madam Vice Chairman Angelica Ortiz,
Present.
Commission Member Marco Pinzon,
Present.
Commission Member Veronica Zavala, Chairman Ruben Walsh,
Present.
Chairman, you have a quorum.
Thank you, Roman. Commissioner Pinzon, can you please lead the Pledge of Allegiance?
Please stand. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Item number 3, consent agenda. All matters are considered to be routine by the Planning and Zoning Commission and will be enacted by one motion. If discussion is desired, that item will be removed from the consent agenda and will be considered separately. Item number 3A, approval of minutes of regular Planning and Zoning Commission meeting held September 9, 2025. Is there a motion to approve the consent agenda?
So move.
Second.
I have a motion by Commission Member Pinzon, a second by Commission Member Garcia. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those against say nay. Motion carries. Item number 4, public hearings. The Planning and Zoning Commission will be considering a vote for action on the following cases. Any vote or action will be considered separately for each case. Item 4A. Public hearing followed by discussion and possible action on any and all matters regarding minor amendment case number 2025-0273, a request by Vega and Vega Engineering on behalf of Comité de Bienestar to amend the City of San Luis 2040 General Plan, changing the land use designation of 3.13 acres from Mixed Use Activity Center MU to Medium Density Residential MDR, portion of assessor's parcel number APN 775-56-001, located at the northwest corner of 6th Avenue and Urtuzuastegui Street in San Luis, Arizona. Staff presentation.
Good evening, Chairman, Vice Chairman, Commission members. This request is by Vega and Vega Engineering for the minor general plan amendment to change 3.13 acres located at northwest corner of 6th Avenue and Urtuzuastegui Street for mixed-use activity center to medium-density residential. And the purpose is to allow for a subdivision of attached townhomes. The area is part of a larger project that is being considered for rezoning, which will include apartment buildings and townhomes. This is part of the downtown growth area identified in the general plan that was adopted in 2020, which encourages infill development and different housing options and efficient use of existing infrastructure. The change will help as a buffer from single-family residential into industrial zoning. We had a neighborhood meeting and hearing on the rezoning case on September 9th. Residents shared their concerns about privacy construction impact, traffic, parking, and the overall neighborhood impact. We met with the developer because on the first proposal, the apartments were next to the homes on the north. So the applicant changed the design and moved the apartments to the south near 6th Avenue and Urtusuasti. The developer also agreed to limit the townhomes to 1 story, just to as an extra, not guarantee, but that the neighbors wouldn't lose their privacy. That was their main concern. We did receive 2 letters of opposition from the neighbors, with a total of 30 properties that signed those letters, and those were attached to the report. As staff, we have to balance the public input and have to guide of recommendation based on established policies and standards. So based on the issues like the traffic, grading, and infrastructure will be handled through engineering review process and development impact fees, which every new home pays to support the roads, parks, and public safety. And the conditions will be added through the zoning, through the rezoning case. So as a summary, this amendment supports the city long-term growth plan and add different housing options. So staff recommends approval of the minor general plan amendment, case number 2025-0273.
Thank you, Mr. Guzman. Any questions or comments from commission members before we open to the public hearing? I will now go ahead and open the public hearing.
Mr. Chairman, I just want to mention that translation devices are available on the back for people that want to hear the meeting in Spanish. So tenemos aparatos que están traduciendo la junta ahí atrás en la puerta de atrás, ahí se los pueden entregar para que escuchen la junta en español.
Este es el llamado al público. Si alguien gusta pasar en turno, uno por uno, a hacer algún comentario, a exponer algún comentario, alguna duda, está Comité de Bienestar presente, tienen aquí un representante y también está un representante de la firma de ingenieros que está realizando el proyecto. Pienso que son las personas indicadas y es el mejor momento para que les puedan contestar cualquier pregunta o duda que tengan. Si alguien gusta servicios de traductor, en la oficina de la parte de atrás pueden pasar a recoger un aparatito que les va a traducir la junta en general. Este es el llamado al público. Si alguien gusta pasar, este es el momento.
Good evening, Mr. Chairman, Commissioners. My name is Vianey Vega with Vega & Vega Engineering, representing the developer. I just want to add a couple of comments to staff. We've been working on this project with staff and the neighbors, trying to accommodate the concerns that they have expressed on their meetings. We have the first neighborhood meeting, as staff mentioned, and it was brought to attention that on that first design, we presented all our apartments were located on the northwest of the property, abutting the north line, having those lots on the north side. Their concern was raised and presented on that meeting, where they felt that their privacy was going to be compromised, having those 3-story buildings abutting next to their property. And that was one of the main concerns they had on that meeting. And of course, the density, the additional traffic, and all these items that were discussed on the meeting. So we went back and staff called the developer and the engineer to a meeting to gather the thoughts and see what we can do to address those comments. And we did redesign. We moved our apartments to the southeast corner of the project as shown on the site plan on the screens, and put townhomes on the northwest. So we eliminated having those three-story buildings abutting that north parcels. And now we have a buffer, a bigger buffer separating to the neighbors on the east side. There's a 100-foot right-of-way on 6th Avenue that separates, in addition to the 20-foot setback required for the buildings. So we've been working, trying to be a good neighbor and trying to address the concerns. As is going to be mentioned on the rezoning, one of the conditions is a traffic impact study, which we're gonna go ahead and present, and everything that recommendation that comes off of the traffic impact study is going to be implemented on the project. So we're addressing all the concerns that the neighbors have. We're trying to be good neighbors. It's a piece of land that is undeveloped, and eventually it needs to be developed. Another comment that I would like to mention is that the reason we're doing the minor amendment is because R2, we're downzoning the density. R3 is a higher density, and that density is allowed on the current general plan the way it sits right now. But because we want to bring a lower density, that's why we're doing this minor amendment to have a lower density on the project. We could have done all this on R3. So this means that we could have developed all apartments because the plan allows that use. It's as staff mentioned, it's a buffer between the residential, single family residential and the industrial that is existing on the south side. So this could have been a total of, I believe it was 3 acres. So that could have been 120 units, 120 apartments there that the existing current general plan supports. We only would have need to do the rezoning because this property was state land, so it has to be rezoned, and that's a process that needs to be done as soon as that property needs to be developed. So that could have been a higher density. So what we did is we did a portion apartments, 54 apartments, and reduced the density to 20 to 23 townhomes. So that's another piece of information that I think is important to know, that the developer is not just trying to put as many units as possible there, but is trying to provide different housing opportunities. As these property owners, they had the chance when they bought their residence at that location where they are right now. Well, we're creating these opportunities for these future homeowners that are going to have that opportunity to have a townhome that is more affordable at this date and time than a regular house. And then if there's people that cannot purchase a townhome, they're going to be able to rent apartments. So we're creating housing opportunities, and that is the motto of my client. And I'll be more than glad to answer any questions the commissioners might have.
Mr. Chairman, question for the applicant. Thank you for the information, Mr. Vega. Just question on the townhomes. What is the proposed height of the townhomes?
It is a single story, and there's 2 models that we have designed already and built. They are located right now on Bienestar 10. The location is Avenue F in County 24th Street. It's the southeast corner. It will be the same, similar models that will be built over here. The peak, the ceiling heights are 10 foot, the walls are 9 foot, excuse me, and the roof peak, it can reach up to maybe 20 feet, the peak height, and that's where the tile is, the highest point. So really, I mean, it's like a normal normal residence, single home residence, as far as heights.
And with that, what would be the setback from the townhome in relation to the subdivision to the north?
It's the same, the rear setback is the same as a regular residence, 10 feet. The difference is that the side setbacks is 0. They're abutting one to another. So that won't affect the neighbors on the north side. This is the design criteria of these townhomes, where all the sidewalls are abutting to each other, but the rear yard has a 10-foot setback, just like a regular resident will have.
Thank you. And I do have, Mr. Chairman, a question for staff. Mr. Guzman, the subject parcel right now in its current zoning, what are the permitted uses for the RA10? Could you please inform the members of the commission and the public?
Mr. Commission Member, so some of the uses permitted on the RA10, it's a residential house for minimum of 10 acres. Also farming, farms, so you can have farm animals on that property without having to go through a public hearing or anything like that. Public schools, public parks also, but the main focus of that district is agriculture and farming.
Thank you.
May I comment on that? And the reason that that RA10 zoning, it was established is because the state land, they don't do any rezoning, they don't do anything. They acquire they own the land as it is. And that land was assigned RA10 because it was part of the overall land that the state has. And they won't do any rezoning. It will remain as RA10 or RA40, depending on the size of the parcel.
I have a question to Councilman Maya. Part of the question that you had. I had the question about the block wall. Is there going to be an additional block wall, and how tall will it be to separate?
Yes, the requirement for the block wall is that any subdivision is required to have a perimeter wall, exterior wall on the project. And there is an existing wall already on the north side, and that wall was built by the developer of the subdivision on the north side, and it was his requirement. Now we'll be required to build anything that abuts along Urtusuastegui on the townhomes. There'll be a wall around that property, and then on the east side. But as far as an additional wall on the north side, there's no wall. The height of the walls are 6 foot, and there is an existing wall on the north side that will remain, and then the additional new walls will be 6 foot along the perimeter of the subdivision.
Thank you.
I have a question. Roughly how many units are going to be there?
There is 54 apartments and 23 townhomes.
23?
23, correct.
The road looks pretty small, and I mean, Ortosastegui, it's really busy. 6th Avenue is pretty busy. Did you guys did a traffic control?
As I mentioned, the traffic impact study, is a requirement of the rezoning, it's a condition. So yes, we will perform that, and it will be addressed with the next case, the rezoning is a condition. So that is part of the first requirement for the subdivision. So yes, to answer your question, yes, a traffic impact study will be performed.
Thank you.
Anyone else? Questions, comments? Anyone from the public? ¿Alguien del público que guste pasar?
If I have a comment, can I say it in Spanish?
Yes.
Pero tiene que venir.
Buenas tardes.
Buenas tardes.
Buenas tardes.
Pues con todo respeto,
¿Nos puede dar nada más su
mi
nombre
nombre
y su
es
dirección, por favor?
Juan Javier Estrada, 472 Six Place.
Gracias.
El comentario que tengo es con respecto a a la población que están metiendo en unos cuantos apartamentos. O sea, son apartamentos, pero, o sea, me refiero a la unidad, el total de gente que va a haber en ese pedazo tan pequeño. Y me permite recordarles el comentario que nuestras escuelas están llenas, nuestros servicios están saturados. Yo quiero que tomen conciencia de todo eso. Nuevamente, ya lo dije antes, pero lo vuelvo a repetir. Y no nomás soy yo, son todos, ¿no? Los del vecindario. Estamos viendo que nos están metiendo mucha gente en un pequeño lote, ¿no? De las 3 hectáreas. Entonces, y estamos viendo que nuestra ciudad está saturada en esta parte de la ciudad especialmente. Acuérdense que tenemos que mantener vigilancia. Las escuelas están llenas, tanto la primaria como la secundaria. Aquí tengo los números. Y eso quiero que tomen mucho en cuenta a la hora de votar, porque la gente de los vecindarios no estamos de acuerdo en esta, con todo respeto, ¿verdad? Porque sabemos que ellos buscan hacer más y más, ¿verdad? Pero a nosotros nos están sustrayendo de muchas cosas que nosotros, como personas ya mayores, porque nosotros somos de los pioneros ahí, casi la mayoría somos gente mayor, y esto no sabemos qué gente va a llegar, y mucha gente ya, de por sí ahorita ya con las casitas, ya nos invaden los parkings de nosotros, ¿me entiende? O sea que ya ahorita ya nos invaden, especialmente en el tiempo de trabajo de las escuelas y todo eso. Ustedes saben cómo se pone en San Luis, y no tenemos la suficiente policía, la suficiente clínicas, suficiente ambulancias, cosas bomberos, todo eso tenemos que ver. No sé cómo está la ciudad en cuanto a los sistemas de basura, de todo eso, pero también eso, no estamos tan bien que digamos. Yo no veo muchas patrullas patrullando ahí por nuestro vecindario, muy raras, rara vez vemos una que pasa. O sea que estamos restringidos. Entonces, no es que queremos que progrese nuestra ciudad. Claro que sí queremos, estamos con eso, pero en una forma más organizada y bien coordinada, porque tenemos que dar servicios, acuérdense que necesitamos parques, necesitamos cosas de esas que nos ayudan. Pues nomás comentarles esto de parte también de todos los vecinos, ¿no? Todos queremos expresarnos, pero pues yo, como les digo, no lo puedo decir en inglés. Hablo inglés, pero no es mi lengua. Yo estudié en México. Así que nada más quiero concientizarles y que a la hora de votar piensen en esto que les acabo de decir, que es lo más importante. Hay más cosas, pero que ahorita no se me vienen a la mente, pero hay más cosas que ustedes a lo mejor saben más que yo, porque una ciudad ocupa muchas cosas. Nuestras redes de electricidad, de internet, de todo eso es por debajo de la tierra también, y acuérdense de todo eso. Por favor, tomen en cuenta eso y que nosotros no estamos de acuerdo, ¿okay? Pero no porque no queremos que progrese la ciudad, ni en contra de ellos, simplemente por lo que acabo de decir, ¿ok? Es todo. Muchas gracias.
Gracias.
Adelante.
Buenas tardes.
Buenas tardes.
Mi nombre es Griselda Pelayo, mi dirección es 1121 East San Luis Lane, San Luis, Arizona. Pues la razón que estoy aquí es por el tiempo que tenemos nosotros viviendo en la propiedad. Tenemos más de 25 años, las personas que están aquí tienen ese tiempo más o menos. Cuando nosotros compramos, se supone que era una zona urbana para ciertas personas, ¿verdad? Al principio se nos habían dicho que iban a construir una escuela, después, pues se oían rumores, ¿no? Pero ya ahora con esto que nos están diciendo que pues van a hacer unos apartamentos, pues yo me siento, pues más bien me voy a sentir invadida, ¿no? Por mi privacidad, por, no nomás yo, sino también los vecinos. De hecho, ya tenemos el caso de los apartamentos que coinciden para el lado este. En las reuniones que estábamos viniendo anteriormente, se comentó de que los vecinos de los apartamentos estaban tirando piedras en la alberca, hacen daño, pues, estas personas. Se brincan la cerca. Y yo pienso que no va a haber ninguna diferencia con los otros vecinos que vayan a ser parte de los nuevos apartamentos. Otra, siento como que no se me hace justo que no se haga un cambio en el fence de la propiedad, que se mantenga igual. Otro de los casos sería que la ubicación no está apropiada para tanta gente. Igual el parqueadero sería uno de los problemas que tuviéramos, la inseguridad en nuestras propiedades. Yo sé que estos apartamentos, como dice el señor, es para ayudar a gente que no tenga hogar, ¿verdad? Que sería una manera, pero también me gustaría que ustedes vieran el caso de cada uno de nosotros y tomaran en cuenta, porque pues no es fácil para uno, ¿verdad? Que está el vecino viendo y aunque hizo cambios en la propiedad de que ponerlo en medio de cierto lugar, o sea, existe el acceso para ver a la demás gente, ¿no? Que, por ejemplo, que estén nuestros niños y nosotros, como le digo, no vamos a estar en medio de los background checks que les hagan a estas personas para saber qué gente es la que van a estar ahí. Es imposible saber eso. Nomás les pido que consideren esto, lo que es mi humilde opinión y pues que le den la chance a los demás también de expresar lo que ellos piensan, ¿verdad? Gracias.
Gracias. Mr. Chairman? Yes. I have a question for staff. In attempting to address some of the comments from members of the public, my question is more on the construction damages concern. So residential development is subject to adopted city development standards, including building codes. The proposal would be subject to the same requirements. An overview of the subject site includes the subdivision to the north, the industrial subdivision to the southwest, and east you have Bienestar Estates and Los Olivos. Combined, there's approximately over 500 lots that have been developed. Has the city of San Luis Building Department specifically ever received any complaints related to constructional damages for individual lot development?
No, we haven't.
Okay. That's the question I have. Just attempted to address some of the construction concerns. Thank you.
Buenas tardes a todos. Mi nombre es Celia Martínez. Vivo en el 1115 Washington Lane. Como dijo mi compañera, mi vecina, tenemos 25 años viviendo ahí. El primer motivo que escogimos vivir ahí fue por la seguridad que teníamos en esa área. Mi esposo trabajaba como seguridad pública y él analizó el área y esa era un área muy segura. Pero ahora, desde un principio, al parecer, esta es nuestra cuarta junta. Al parecer el proyecto estaba en las ciudades de enero, este proyecto, y hasta ahora que ya se empieza a construir es cuando nos están dejando saber por la ley. Entonces, no tan solo es lo que se mencionó, la seguridad, los daños que va a haber a la propiedad. Hay muchas más razones que fueron escritas en una carta que ya fue sometida por los vecinos. Y nomás queremos que no nomás solo nos escuchen, sino que se pongan por un momento en nuestro lugar. Nosotros escogimos ese lugar para que nuestra familia creciera y ahora ya vamos a estar siendo invadidos. Otra cosa que noté ahora, me subí a mi carro y empecé a dar vueltas. La garita está a unos pasos de donde se piensa construir eso. Entonces, si así tenemos aglomerada, mucho tráfico, que está, no hay por dónde salir. Ahora mucho más con el sale de la garita nueva, va a estar a unos pasos de esa área que empiezan a desarrollar allí. Gracias.
Gracias.
Good evening. My name is Luis Pelayo, and I'm from the 1121 San Luis Lane, which I'm north of the construction right here. The reason one of my neighbors said that we chose to live in there, it was because of safety, all right? I've been a public server for 26 years. We moved out here for the last 5 due to work. But at first, when we started in there, there was no road. There was no orthosuastigi. We had a lot of issues with illegals. We had a lot of issues with all kinds of people, safety, drugs, and everything. Finally, the years went by, and we had a road. Finally, we dealt with the water deal with you guys, and it worked out, right? We made it work out. Now we're dealing with this. How can we get a win-win situation and our safety? Think about drugs. Think about everything that we go and we see every day on these cases. Just not too long ago, back here in the apartments, brand new apartments right next to a school, there was an investigation, and guess what? Positive, right? Illegals, drugs, drug dealers, all kinds of people that bring this negative environment to this beautiful city. Think about all that stuff. Think of all the people that is going to live in those areas in which, yeah, it's just one house, all right? Which it can be rented for 1 people or 2 or 3 or 5 individuals, but all of a sudden, 10 of them showed up for one property. Why? Because the rent is cheaper? Yeah, of course. We all want to take a ride on that, but they don't see the rest of it. Most of the times, and I said most of the times, not everybody's equal, but most of the times, those things happen, all right? We make ourselves vulnerable. We make ourselves be placed in that position that right now we're careful, but guess what? Now we have to be extra careful. And we got to think about stuff like that. We have to bring stuff like that into the meetings. We have to think about the safety of the rest of us, not only that area, it's just the whole town when we make those decisions. And honestly, my opposition will be because of that, just the density and the safety of the public in there, right? That would be my opinion. And hopefully it gets a little bit more serious. It gets taken a little more serious because it affects everyone. It affects them because they're trying to develop an area in there, right? I understand it's money, all right? I understand it's economics, bringing everything to the city, but how about the rest? So take it in consideration, please, and I really, really appreciate that. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Anyone else?
Buenas tardes, miembros. René Morales, 1131 East San Luis Lane. Yo quiero dar otro comentario de acuerdo a la seguridad que vamos a tener. Están haciendo alrededor de 3 townhouses en un terreno de una casa de nosotros. O sea, con un terreno en la casa de nosotros se están metiendo 3 casas, ubicar 3 casas en un terreno. Se va a colapsar todo el pedazo del terreno. Aparte, van a ser 1, 2, 3 edificios de 3 pisos cada edificio. No recuerdo cuántas personas van a caber ahí. El centro de recreación que vayan a tener para que la gente esté ocupada de esos edificios cuando tenga su tiempo libre no va a ser suficientemente grande. Entonces, toda esa gente va a estar pensando en cómo delinquir, porque en realidad no van a tener nada que hacer. Entonces, toda esa seguridad es la que estamos peligrando en nuestras casas. Va a ser tanta la población que van a tener ahí en ese pedazo de terreno, que si nosotros nos sentemos ya un poquito saturados por la San Luis Lane, por la Washington Lane, con las casas que tenemos, imagínate que casi el triple de casas en ese pedazo de terreno. Entonces, ese es el único comentario que tengo yo, que va a ser un riesgo estar viviendo ahí. Gracias.
Gracias.
Buenas tardes, mi nombre es Jonathan Piceno y yo vivo en el 1335 Utah Lane. And a lot of the comments that I'm hearing, they make sense, right? Both sides actually, in their flexibility for adjusting the project to the needs of the neighborhood. I think that the thing that most resounds to me, right, I've been there for about 3.5 years, a lot less than them, 2 kids, 5 and 2. I am boarded up, right? My house, I bought it when I bought it and had a fence in it, but a lot of the neighbors don't. And I'll just paint a picture, real example right now. In my case, I am a little bit concerned over the amount of parking spaces that are provided for the 76 units. Just quick math, 76 units, 120 plus cars, I would say, más o menos. And then on top of that, in season right now, we have about anywhere between 20 and 40 cars parked on the sand, right? That, as I hear before from talking with the neighbors, they used to be on the road because they were asked at one point not to be there. And so it just kind of flows the parking spaces in, kind of like what we see closer to the border, where all the cars kind of mash into the neighborhood when people go to the Mexican side to run their errands, right? So that's one of the concerns, and really just on the traffic side, I see that we went to 1 story from a 3-story, because even if the apartments have moved and be 3-story, then the concern would be to the neighbors to the east of that. So that's, again, I do see them wanting to work along with that. And that's just all my comments, right? Just in terms of traffic, in terms of safety, they made the comments. You guys understand how we're doing in city resources and what we have there. And that would be all. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Buenas tardes a todos.
Buenas.
Ana Lomelí, 1133 San Luis Lane. Segunda vez. Agradecerles a ustedes su atención y pedirles que por favor tomen en cuenta todas nuestras objeciones, mortificaciones a este proyecto, y pues son válidos. Y también preguntarles, esa es la carta que le presentamos aquí al departamento, si ustedes se quedaron con una copia, si no, pues aquí la tengo. Muy bien, gracias. Con la mejor intención, quiero que pasen ustedes a la historia como un gran grupo que pensó a futuro por el bienestar de nosotros como comunidad. Y sí valoro la buena intención que el desarrollador nos está mostrando, ¿verdad? Nos está platicando de esto, pero yo pienso que tenemos más que perder nosotros como vecindario. Yo les sugiero que ustedes como ciudad, como desarrolladores, pues le ofrezcan al desarrollador una área con más potencial para que hagan su desarrollo, su complejo de apartamentos. Y como les mencioné en la junta pasada, tenemos mucho terreno alrededor. A nadie van a estimar. Yo tengo entendido que tienen unos desarrollos por allá, por acá. No tengo nada, no tengo objeción, no me importa. No tengo un reclamo, una queja ante eso. Pero ahorita esto sí ya viene muy cercano a mí. Y sí debo de pensar en el futuro de mi familia, de quien se quede con esa propiedad en la que estoy viviendo ahorita. Entonces sí los invito, por favor, a que le ofrezcan otro terreno y desarrollen y pues todo, ¿verdad? Nos podemos, no quiero ponerme a repetir, únicamente decirles que estoy con el apoyo para el resto de las personas, estoy en contra de ese desarrollo. Y pues aquí nos pasaríamos la noche hablando, ¿verdad? Pero sí es muy válido lo que le estamos presentando. Ok, gracias.
Gracias. Anyone else?
So I'm thinking that, I saw the, agenda that's recommended for approval. I mean, so I'm thinking that we have enough water and sewer, enough water pressure to sustain that property, that project.
Yeah, so as part of the required impact fee study update, we have to update the impact fees every 5 years. So the impact fees include wastewater, water systems, and streets, parks, and public safety services. So that whenever there's a house or housing unit developed in the city, they pay their portion of the impact that they're gonna generate on the city infrastructure and services. So the new impact fees were adopted in July and they became effective on September 22nd. So the regular house is paying about, I think it's 9,000 on impact fees. So those fees are generated for those services, and by state law, they can only be spent on those specific services. So to answer your
Okay.
question, yes.
One more question, Jose. I was going through the letter, and one of their concerns was that building more apartments or townhomes around regular houses, will that decrease the value of their property?
So that comes often on rezoning cases, but unfortunately, the city cannot make or restrict a zoning based on a speculative impact on the value. So we can't really take that in consideration on the recommendation.
Do any of the board members have any knowledge if
Actually, it's the assessor's office is the one that assesses the properties depending on what's around them. So city wouldn't know. They don't assess value. It's the assessor's office.
does anybody live close to any apartment complex? No, okay. Okay. That's it for right now.
If I can comment that, Commissioner Pinzon, it's comparables. That's what it used to determine the value of the properties. And right now, you have a vacant land. Now versus a developed land, the costs on one and the other, those are the comparables that are used by the assessor's office.
Okay. Thank you.
Mr. Chairman, may I?
Yes.
Okay, to inform the people, this Planning and Zoning Commission for the City of San Luis, we are an advisory group body. We advise. We're going to recommend either approval or denial to the council. So there will be a second meeting. What we look at is the development, if they will meet code, they will meet all the requirements by the city. And then the political side of it will be assessed by the city council. So you guys gonna have to come back. I don't know when this is, if may I ask staff, when is the next meeting?
It will be on the 22nd
This
of
month?
October, this month, yeah.
Yeah, that's in front of the council for approval, for action, approval or denial of this. Right now, we're looking at the land use change. We still have to see the rezoning. So we just half of it right now done. So depending on what we decide to do, what recommendation we're gonna come up with. So then we're gonna talk about the rezoning. So just a little information for the people present here. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Anyone
I have a
else?
question
Yes.
for Guzman. So you said when you built the house, the impact fee is about $9,000 per home. Is it the same for the townhomes?
That's a different equation, but it's almost the same, yeah.
It's almost the same, but they use almost the same water. What about an apartment? do they pay?
They do
Each
pay.
unit pays their $9,000 or?
It's a different amount because it's multifamily, but they pay almost the same.
Almost, okay.
Yeah.
And the question that Pinzon asked you right now, so there is, for sewer, so there is enough place to drain all the sewer for all these people that can live here?
We have the public works director here. He will
And,
be.
okay.
Good evening, Mr. Chair and commission members and public. So to answer specifically that specific question, so the impact fees cover any future improvements and try to maintain capacity for the services to the public. But currently, right now, we are in the process of expanding our West wastewater treatment plant, and mainly to be able to handle all additional growth in the city and the east part of town. Currently, we're diverting wastewater to the east plant, so we do have capacity to handle this development.
So we do have enough capacity?
We do
at
have,
now.
we do have, in our operations, we do have enough capacity to handle this development.
Okay, that answers my question. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, good afternoon. My name is Betsy. I am at 464 North 6th Place. If you guys don't mind, I'm going to say this in Spanish. Yo nada más quiero agregar a los comentarios que se han hecho. Ustedes ya saben que esta es nuestra cuarta junta. A ustedes se les dio un reporte. ¿Sí tuvieron chance de leer el reporte? Muchas de las historias y de los comentarios que se han dicho es porque somos todos parte de esta comunidad, ¿verdad? Yo crecí aquí. Mi casa, donde yo vivo con mis papás, la hicieron cuando yo tenía 5 años. Me fui como a los 18 a la universidad, regresé a los 31 y sea lo que sea, siempre he sido parte de esta comunidad. Regreso a ver a mis papás. Cuando no estaba, regresaba por lo menos una vez al mes. Entonces yo crecí aquí nací en San Luis, Arizona. Yo pues soy de aquí. Y la verdad es que ver cómo mi San Luis ha estado creciendo está medio interesante, porque aquí la verdad no se trata de estar en contra del progreso, ¿verdad? Es más bien exigir que los proyectos sean hechos responsablemente. Ya sabemos cómo para poder salir a San Luis es todo un show. Van a hacer un hospital, quién sabe cómo se va a hacer la fila para ese hospital, la gente que está yendo a catecismo, los niños saliendo de la escuela, la gente quiere ir al correo. Eso ya sabemos que es todo un desastre en épocas pesadas y luego está el verano que no está tan pesado. Y aún así se está diciendo, ok, vamos a hacer otro proyecto, lo vamos a hacer en un lote de 3 acres y vamos a meter, ¿qué eran? 54 apartamentos, 23 townhouses. La verdad es que en la última vez que vinimos yo dije, hay que hacer las cosas éticamente bien. Uno de los counter arguments fue que le están haciendo todo éticamente, el developer es ético, the engineering company is ethical, which that's great. Pero vamos a ponernos a pensar a futuro y a pensar en la planificación, ¿cómo se va a hacer esto exactamente? Si se hace mucho tráfico allá, se empieza a hacer tráfico acá, ¿cómo van a estar las salidas? Aquí, sea lo que sea, aparte de todo el disturbance que se le va a hacer a la comunidad, pónganos a pensar, están haciendo algo y están diciendo, es para ayudar a la comunidad, y se están escondiendo bajo se están escondiendo bajo el dicho de queremos ayudar a los demás que no tienen casa y darles una oportunidad. Pero entonces, ¿por qué los están metiendo en casitas chiquititas? Ahí es como que se están intentando se están queriendo aprovechar de la necesidad de la comunidad, de que gente ocupa casas, entonces vamos a meter unas casititas y digan que los ayudamos. Un comentario que acaban de hacer es decir, pues pudimos haber hecho más y no hicimos más. Casi con decir, pues dense gracias que no les estamos metiendo más casas. Eso no se me hace a mí querer ayudar a los demás. Yo sé que sí son un negocio, sí hay que seguir creciendo y también San Luis va a seguir creciendo, pero hay que hacerlo con dignidad, hay que darle dignidad a la gente, en vez de nada más decirle, toma y métete en esta casita. Muchos comentarios también que han hecho y que se han puesto en la carta, por lo menos uno de los concerns más grandes de mis papás es el daño a su casa. Mi mamá fue a ver a la aseguranza de State Farm y les dijeron, le dijeron que la aseguranza que ellos tienen no les va a cubrir nada si es que se llegan a hacer cracks in the foundation, si se llega a lastimar algo de la casa por toda esa construcción que se va a hacer. So, entonces nos dijeron que there's either contractor's general liability insurance, there's a builder's risk insurance, there's a whole bunch of different things that we're going to have to run through hoops because we all know how insurances work. They don't want to pay, and that's their business. Pero entonces nos están diciendo que la aseguranza de la casa no lo va a cubrir. A lo mucho se va a cubrir si ponemos algún complaint con la aseguranza del developer. I don't really know how litigious that's going to be, but I know that's going to take forever. So there's a lot of consideration. Si tienen que hacer algo y tienen que construir, tienen que sacarle dinero a esa propiedad que hicieron, by all means do it. Pero no sé si pueden ver el mapa o les enseñaron a ustedes un mapa de cómo están saturadas todas esas secciones. Hay que poner tantita conciencia de decir qué tan bueno va a ser eso en vez de decir, okay, let's just do this for growth. Gracias.
I have a question for the developer or Mr. Vega. Is there a time frame for this project in case it moves
Yes,
on?
there is. We're going to follow, the first phase will be the townhomes. And that is if we are allowed to proceed with the project, and the subdivision will follow before the traffic impact study, and then the subdivision. And then the timing is, the goal is to break ground middle of next year, construction on the townhomes. That'll be the first phase. The second phase is for the apartments, that it's at least a year and a half to 2 years away.
Thank you.
And if I may make a couple more comments to cap up or comment here is that the project is not 3 acres, it's 6 acres, just under 6 acres. That's the total of the project. The density is dictated by the city or the city ordinance. The parking is dictated by the city ordinance. Is not what the developer or the engineer wants to put in there. There's requirements, as you may know. There's rules and regulations. They're stipulated by the codes of the city, and we follow those. So that is the criteria for the design. We're not going to cram so many units in an area that it doesn't meet the requirements of the development of the city. So that is something that I want to express, that I know you guys are aware of that, and I just want to reiterate that we're following all the rules and regulations for the city. We're not asking for any exceptions. We're designing accordingly to code. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you, Mr. Vega. Anyone else from the public?
Disculpen, si mal no entendí, el señor mencionó algo de que están de acuerdo al requisito de parte de la ciudad siguiendo por la cuestión de los estacionamientos, siguiendo a orden, recuerdo,
Tienen que seguir los códigos
de la ciudad, y mencionó estacionamientos y que los siguen.
Sí, tienen que seguirlos, ¿no?
Sí, lo que el
No,
ingeniero mencionó, lo que el ingeniero menciona es que el proyecto tiene que seguir los requisitos que pida la ciudad de acuerdo a las leyes que tiene la ciudad. No están pidiendo ningún tipo de excepción o ningún tipo de permiso especial para que se les otorgue, que se les pida menos de lo requerido.
Y
de
los-
acuerdo a los códigos de la ciudad.
Y lo están siguiendo, es
De
lo que
acuerdo
entendí.
sería una pregunta
Sí,
para el
como
señor
parte del cambio de zona o el cambio de R2 a R3, ah, se le pondría como condición que tiene que seguir todos los códigos y regulaciones de la ciudad,
Incluyendo
incluyendo
estacionamientos.
eso incluye
Y
estacionamiento.
dijo que lo sigue.
Sí, lo va a tener que seguir
Bueno.
al momento de que pase por el permiso.
Bueno, permítame. Entonces, si lo siguen, yo pienso que no es algo que crea yo, porque inclusive bienestar, comité de bienestar, ¿cuál es su estacionamiento? Por la B y la cuarta. ¿Cuál es su estacionamiento? Si ellos están siguiendo y me están diciendo que van a seguir las reglas que les impone la ciudad, yo ya estoy mirando por años un problema. Entonces, ¿cómo yo le voy a confiar a este desarrollador decir, sí, venga y haga lo que guste, cuando yo estoy mirando que ahí hay una falta muy grave? A mi ignorancia, esa calle está prácticamente obstruida, fines de semana con quinceañeras, bodas, eventos múltiples. Todos los carros están estacionados al lado de la calle. Tiene 2 letreros antes de entrar de frente con el letrero de 25 millas por hora y un poquito más adelante otro letrero y un letrero, no sé si se lo facilitó la ciudad a un lado en la calle, que dice 6 horas parqueadero. Entonces, yo creo que es importante, yo no sé qué alcance tengan ustedes para tener control sobre esto, pero si hay algo que puedan hacer, háganlo, porque no me está inspirando a mí una confianza de decir, ay, sí, que bueno, se van a sujetar a los requisitos de la ciudad, porque no lo estoy mirando. Muchas gracias por su atención. Les agradezco.
Gracias.
Just to mention on the point made, Comité de Bienestar offices were built on previous regulations. So the regulations that are adopted right now were adopted in 2012. So any new construction has to be built to those standards.
Since there are no more comments from the public, I will go ahead and close the public hearing. And we will now take action on minor amendment case number 2025-0273. Is there a motion?
Mr. Chair, I move to forward minor general plan amendment case number 2025-0273 to City Council with recommendation of approval.
Mr. Chairman, there has to be a motion to close the public hearing first.
I will go ahead and do a motion to close the public hearing. I'm sorry.
Second.
There's a motion by Commission Member Barraza, and there's a second by Commission Member Pinzon. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those against? Motion carries. Now I will go ahead and take action on minor amendment case number 2025-0273. Is there a motion?
Mr. Chairman, once again, I move to forward minor general plan amendment case number 2025-0273 to City Council with recommendation of approval.
Second.
There's a motion by Commission Member Amaya. There's a second by Commission Member Barraza. All those in favor, say aye.
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 All those against, say nay.
Nay.
Motion carries. Shall we do roll call?
It's up to you. You want me to do roll call?
Yes.
Commission Member George Amaya.
Aye.
Commission Member Javier Barraza.
Aye.
Commission Member Hugo Garcia.
Nay.
By Chairwoman Angelica Ortiz.
Nay.
Commission Member Marco Pinzon.
Nay.
Chairman Ruben Walsh.
Aye.
So, since there are tie motion dies, so if there's any additional discussion the commission would like to have, or we will have to forward the item with no recommendation from the commission.
Mr. Chairman, may I ask staff, what happens to the rezoning? Do we still have to?
There will have to be more discussion from the commission in order to have a recommendation for this item, and then the rezoning.
What do you want to do?
Mr. Chairman, I would just like to, for discussion reasons, explain my recommendation. Taking into consideration the comments received from the public and just going down the item list, I'll begin with the traffic impact analysis. That is going to be a requirement by the city of San Luis, the developer to submit that traffic impact analysis for the development. If there's any requirements for offsite improvement, the developer would be responsible for those requirements. The privacy concerns related to the 3-story height of the proposed apartment complex, I believe that the developer has attempted to address those concerns from the members of the public in relocating the apartment complexes further away from initially where they were located to address, once again, those privacy concerns. Regarding water and sewer, we heard from the Public Works Director in tonight's meeting that the city of San Luis has the capacity available for wastewater disposal and also the water service for domestic use and including firefighting activities. Regarding construction concerns related to adjacent development, I went ahead and asked city staff, Mr. Guzman, if the city of San Luis has received any complaints related to structural damages within the area, given that there is established subdivisions with over 500 lots. None of those complaints has been received, according to the response from city staff to the Building Safety Department. And, that's my recommendation for approval of the minor amendment case stems from the concerns being addressed for the subject project. Thank you.
Mr. Chairman, I'd just like to mention that actually the applicant doesn't need this amendment. He can go straight to a rezoning. They have the density. They can go even higher with that and leave it just as a rezoning. So it's just a portion. That's why they're doing just a portion of it, not the entire parcel, because they already have the zoning to have a higher density, but they're like, as mentioned, going downsize that. So just to protect and create this buffer with less homes. That's all my comment. Thank you.
Anyone else?
My concern is the location is in a very high traffic area, and parking is an issue, and that is, it looks, might look good on paper, but if you, right when people are ready to move in and you have all these people, living in their homes, the problems begin. And it's just, I think it's the location. I think the traffic study would give us, better insight of what that's gonna look like. And it's not available, but that's my concern. Other thing that I saw too in the apartments, I don't see an area for playground. That's a lot of families don't have that area, but I guess that's probably a minimal problem.
Mr. Chairman, just one question for staff. Is the townhouse going to be developed as a subdivision, or is it going to be a subdivision? Is there a requirement for?
Yeah, so for high density development, we require one amenity for every 10 units, and we have a specific requirement for parking based on the size of the apartment.
Thank you.
Mr. Chairman, quick question. So the project will be developed in accordance with the parking requirements of the city. Mr. Guzman, could you explain the use of the public right-of-way for parking? Is off-site parking regulated by the city of San Luis?
Yeah, so the regulations have a specific requirements for the use, and they have to provide parking spaces for that use on their property. The parking on the city right away is open to anyone that wants to park, as long as they don't violate any traffic code, including obstructing the driveway or anything like that. But if it's public right away, anyone can park.
And that is applicable within the city of San Luis's jurisdiction, all public right-of-way?
Yes.
Thank you.
Talking about the parking, so what's gonna happen with all the people that park right there on that empty lot right now, that they live in the apartments? Because if you drive by it, by right now, there's like 20 or 30 cars parked right there on that empty lot. So once that lot gets developed, where are those people gonna park? Because those people, they live on those apartments. And obviously, they don't have enough space in their apartments. That's why they're parking on that empty lot. Where are they gonna park? I mean, it looks really nice, but it's a lot of people that are gonna live there. And, you know, our culture, 3 people, 4 people live in the house, we have 4 vehicles. Where's the parking gonna be at? They can't park on the street.
So we have minimal requirements based on the size of the unit for townhomes and apartments. Like 1-bedroom apartment is 1.5 parking spaces per unit. The 2-bedroom is 2 parking spaces per unit, plus 1 visitor parking every 10 units. So we have a specific number, but if people have more cars, that's out of city's control.
Mr. Chairman and Commission members, I just want to make a clarification. So based on this development on Urtusuasti Street, there's no parking allowed because it's a truck route. And then on 6th Avenue, also same thing. Currently, there's no parking allowed on the street. So really, that would only apply what Mr. Guzman mentioned. It would only apply inside the subdivision and up and adjacent, possibly adjacent to the apartments. As on the townhomes, it's difficult just because of the different driveways are right next to each other. I just want to make that clarification.
Thank you.
Mr. Chairman, so just a couple of things on my concerns. Yeah, they're right to code, and yes, they're in the right, and I thank them for trying to make some changes, but is it enough? Is it enough for where they want to construct? Because you already have apartments there, and traffic is the issue wherever we go, and every year it's getting worse. We're building more and more, but our road is less and less. We're falling behind to meet expectations of houses being built in San Luis. Police presence was one of their concerns. Yes, it's a major issue. And of what I see of our experience, it's getting worse. It's getting worse with our police presence. It's getting worse with our parking, especially when the winter visitors start coming in. Yeah, they have the right to park there, but do we like it? No, we don't. Why? Because they don't park in properly, or no, because they'll leave it 3 days right there. And yes, we have to call the police, and by the time they answer, by the time they go, it's a headache that we don't want. I think it's just too saturated, that area, to put more apartments next to existing apartments. That is my concern.
Mr. Chairman, we can either make another motion or continue the item until we have 7 members present to make the tie. Otherwise, we can't move forward without commission recommendation to City Council.
Mr. Chairman, question, Mr. Guzman, dependent on the recommended action for this item, this would go hand in hand with the following item, is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay.
I think we need to understand that we don't have the final decision on this, and we all agree that there's not enough parking spaces, that the city will continue to grow, that this might not be the perfect area to build townhomes or apartments, but I think there is a confusion with some of the residents that believe that we have a final decision on this. We are only doing a recommendation. City council will have the final decision. So my recommendation to all the city residents that are coming to the meetings is to show up for the council meetings, make sure the council members are listening to you, that they understand your concerns, because this is something that is going to affect not only you, but the entire community. So that's my take on this issue right here. Like I said, we can only recommend, but the final decision will be made by elected officials. So if it's up to me, I will take it to when everyone's present, so that we have the 7 votes here. I think that's the first thing to do. So is there a motion?
A motion.
Motion. Second.
Continue.
There's a motion to continue this item. Is there a,
So we need to withdraw the first motion and then come up with a new motion, or?
No, porque it didn't
We're
pass.
gonna wait for.
It got tight, but we don't withdraw, so we can? Okay, it dies. All right. There you go. Yep.
okay, we have a motion, we have a second by,
And the motion is to
Chairman,
continue.
Chairman,
motion,
I'm sorry, just to clarify for the record, can you please state the motion, the new motion that's coming? That way-
I will now make a motion to continue this item when there's all 7 commission members present at this meeting, at our next meeting. Is there a motion?
Motion.
Motion. Second.
There's a motion by Commission Member
Garcia.
Garcia, and there's a second by Commission Member Ortiz. All those in favor? Say
Aye.
Aye.
All those against say nay.
Nay.
Motion carries.
Mr. Chairman, just so that people know when that next meetings will be, the next meeting is scheduled for the second Tuesday of November, which is the 11th, and it's a holiday. So if the commission would like to have a special meeting, a different date where you guys are available.
Yeah.
Mr. Chairman, does it have to be a date specific? We can determine that right now?
Yes.
Or leave it open whenever everybody's available, so we can make a special meeting, or?
Well, let's just make sure everyone's here so that we don't have to do this again.
Yep.
The 4. We can do it even a Tuesday before or Tuesday after, either the 4 or the 18.
Well, I think when everybody can be present.
No, we have to set a date. Because
Jose,
it's so hard
but
to
can we do like a next Tuesday, or, I mean, we don't have to wait till next month, so.
Yeah, you can do it next Tuesday. We will just have to establish the date so that we don't have to re-advertise.
Is Commission Member Zavala going to be available for our next meeting?
We will have to check. Oh, she was out of the country, so we will have to call her.
Oh.
Will this need to be re-advertised, or since they're present?
If the motion, or if it includes the specific date, we don't have to re-advertise.
Okay.
If you just continue and then we establish a date later, we will have to re-advertise.
I think we're gonna have to re-advertise since we don't know when Commission Member Zavala will be back.
Okay. Next month?
We'll call her tomorrow and see the dates, and we'll call you guys to see what dates work for everyone.
So it's going to be in on November, not this month. The next meeting.
Probably because we have to re-advertise.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Item 4B. Public hearing. Public hearing followed by discussion and possible action on any and all matters regarding rezoning case number 2025-0274, a request by Vega and Vega Engineering on behalf of Comité de Bienestar to rezone approximately 3.07 acres from rural area RA-10 to medium-high density residential R-2 and approximately 2.86 acres from rural area RA-10 to high-density residential R-3, assessor's parcel number APN 775-56-001, located at the northwest corner of 6th Avenue and North Suastegi Street, San Luis, Arizona. This is the item continued from our previous meeting on September 9, 2025. Staff presentation.
Mr. Chairman, Vice Chairman, Commission members, this case is related to the previous case. I just want to mention the conditions that we added to address some of the concerns from the residents. The first condition is that they have to comply with all the city zoning, building, subdivision, or any applicable regulation. And that they have to submit a traffic study, and that they have to do any improvements required by that traffic study. The third condition is that the adjacent townhomes on the north part, they will be limited to 1 story, and that the development has to substantially conform with the conceptual plan that was presented today, and that they have to comply with all the local, state, and federal construction standards regarding grading, vibration, and dust control. Based on those conditions, staff recommends approval of the rezoning to be forwarded to City Council.
Thank you, Mr. Guzman. I will go ahead now and open the public hearing. Este se llamado al público. Any comments, any questions, any concerns?
Mr. Chairman, question for Mr. Guzman. This item will also need to be continued given that the previous item
That is
submitted
correct.
to you for next
'Cause
meeting.
the general plan amendment has to get either approval or denial first, and then the rezoning.
Okay, I will go ahead and now do a motion to close the public hearing. Is there a second?
Second.
There's a second by Commission Member Barraza. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those against say nay. Close public hearing. Since we are not taking any action, then we're just gonna do the motion to continue this item to our next meeting, until our next meeting?
Yes, and then we will establish a special meeting date and re-advertise and everything.
Okay. We will go ahead and now reschedule on rezoning case number 2025-0274. Is there a motion?
So moved.
There's a motion by Commission Member Garcia.
Second.
There's a second by Commission Member
Amaya.
Amaya. Thank you. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those against say nay. Motion carries. Is there a motion to adjourn the meeting?
So move.
Motion by
Second.
Commission Member Pinzon, second by Commission Member Garcia. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those against say nay. Thank you, everyone.